Hey everybody, Spencer here with some unfortunate bad news, but I figured I had to do a PSA because the sooner this information gets out there, the higher chance of hopefully something being rectified can happen, but I can't do it alone. So, as a lot of you know, I'm extremely excited for Soul Hackers 2 to release this August, and one of the biggest things about it that was kind of such a surprise is a lot of us were like, oh yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of Soul Hackers. And Japan has been absolutely killing it with the marketing. They've got their daily trailers. They've been releasing big focus trailers pretty regularly, almost weekly at this point. So to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Soul Hackers and the release of Soul Hackers 2, Atlus Japan is releasing this really nice big collector's box. It's all colored and themed around Ringo, the main protagonist of the game. Obviously, it comes with the game, comes with a art book that references not only the original Soul Hackers, but also the new one. There's a 3-disc soundtrack, which includes tracks from the new game, as well as special arrangements made just for this. They've been previewing it on Twitter and online, and the new arrangements sound absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited to hear everything from this release. And if that wasn't good enough, you also get exclusive DLC like maid costumes that's based off Mary from the original Soul Hackers, as well as an exclusive Ringo Frost who is not only in the game, and if that wasn't enough, it even comes with a miniature Ringo Frost for you to have in real life. So this little Ringo Frost statue, I know, has really attracted a lot of attention, and just the collector's edition in general. It's a really nice set, and is a cool way to celebrate not only the future with Soul Hackers 2, but also the past with the original Soul Hackers, with the soundtrack and the art. So that always seemed really cool, but all we ever knew was that this was only coming out in Japan. And obviously everyone assumed, oh well, I'm sure we're going to get something in the West, because this is really Atlus's big game. There's nothing bigger Atlus is doing this year than Soul Hackers 2. Obviously, like if you go back 2021, their big game was SMT5. 2020, if you were in Japan, it was Persona 5 Strikers, or if you were in America, it was Persona 5 Royal, and so on. So Soul Hackers 2 is a really big priority, not only for them as a release, but just as this is their big tentpole title. So a lot of fans were like, okay, well, we'll probably hear pre-order info closer to release. And I've been in this weird wait-and-see approach because, well, since this is their big tentpole release, I can't imagine they wouldn't do a collector's edition. Well, unfortunately, after doing some digging and talking to sources not only with the North American side of Atlus West, but also the European distributing branch, I've confirmed that right now there is no plans for any collector's edition or anything to celebrate the release of Soul Hackers 2 in the West. Now, there will be a physical version released on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and even Xbox One, but if you are someone out there who had decided not to import the Japanese one and just wanted to see what the West is getting, unfortunately right now the plan is nothing. And the way I've had it explained to me is basically the people in charge of Atlus West just don't think it is financially viable to produce this big box collector's edition for this niche game getting a sequel after 25 years. And unfortunately, while it really stinks to hear that, I can understand that, but at the same time, I genuinely believe there is enough of a passionate fan base and enough of a community out there who would rise up and be like, hey, I want this, because I know I want this. I know listeners of the SMTN podcast want this. There are a lot of RPG fans who would love to see a nice big special box, and even if it's not everything that's in the Japanese version, at the very least what you could do is just try to offer something. Throw in a steelbook, throw in art or music or whatever, even if it's not the Ringo plush. It would be nice to have something to celebrate this release outside of just throwing a plastic case with no instruction manual on the shelf on launch day. So half of the reason why I wanted to make this video was to inform all of you who might be waiting, because I've had a lot of people reach out to me privately and been like, hey Spencer, should I import the Japanese one? Do you know when Western pre-orders are going up? What's the situation? Because Atlus West has been really quiet. I think a large part of this is because they know they don't have any good news with the collector's edition. The Japanese collector's edition has sold out at many retailers, especially online retailers in Japan. So people are now kind of scrambling and being like, okay, well, I waited for a Western collector's edition. Now there's no collector's edition planned, so am I kind of screwed? I do want to at least give a little bit of hope. We have basically 5 months until the game releases in August worldwide. I genuinely believe if you want this to happen, you can tweet at Atlus West, you can tweet at Sega, let them know, even tweet at Atlus's new shop, Shop Atlus. There are multiple ways that they can make good on this. There are multiple ways that they could still find a way to have some sort of collector's items or collector's box available for people who want to pick up Soul Hackers 2 at launch. Now, obviously, if you don't want to go the traditional retail route and you're worried about cost, I'm going to recommend the same thing I said about Ultimax when they didn't give us a Western release. You have an online shop. You have a direct way to sell to customers and ship it to us with no middleman. Put this up on the Shop Atlus store. Make it exclusive with them. If GameStop and Walmart and Target don't want to carry it, I understand. This is a super niche RPG. But you have your own shop. You can sell much more than just posters and t-shirts all day or hoodies. You can stop selling pillows and you can actually sell video games on this video game themed website. I promise you, people will come to your store and buy it in the thousands. And you will be able to break even a lot easier than if you just mass-produced these and sent these to retail. So Atlus, please listen to your fans. Fans, please let Atlus know that you want a collector's edition for Soul Hackers 2. I know there are enough of us out there that could make this financially viable. I know I want to see a steelbook. I know a lot of people want to have that Ringo Frost on their desk. I know a lot of people just want to celebrate this release the same way the Japanese fans are getting to celebrate it. And honestly, I just think that communicating with fans, even if you don't view a collector's edition as viable, talk to us about that. Give us one of your infamous surveys. Put a survey out saying, hey, would you guys want to buy this? What would you want it to be priced at? What would you want us to include in a collector's edition? What would you be okay with us leaving out? Talk to us. Don't ask what we think after the fact. Make these decisions with your fans because, hey, I get it. If you're a businessman in the West and you're looking at a bunch of weird foreigners and the sequel to a 25-year-old Sega Saturn RPG, I get it. It's niche. It's not going to be the next Fortnite. But there's enough of us out there. This is enough of a popular release that you have the faith and commitment to release it worldwide in English and French, Italian, German, Spanish. So just talk to us. Listen to the fans. Let them know that we want it because I'm going to tell you right now, there are thousands of us who would love to celebrate this release with everyone out there. Either way, I've been ranting and raving for so long, but I hope this information helped. I know it's not good news, but there's still a chance they could do something. If we let them know now, they can't say that they didn't have enough prep time, because we're telling them. Either way, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you learned something new, or if you just like to see more stuff like this, please consider subscribing. It really, really helps. The support has been super awesome recently, and of course, I'll be covering all things Atlus, Soul Hackers 2, blah, 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 new games releasing, all its stuff will be on the channel along with all my podcasts, so any kind of support really, really helps, or even just sharing the video around. Either way, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.